Title: I overheard my wife telling her
not
friend,
the father,
so I set a trap to reveal the truth. I used to believe that real love was unshakable, that trust, once built, was a fortress no storm could breach. I was a fool. It was a quiet evening in our home, a beautiful two-story colonial with white shutters and a wraparound porch, the kind of house that whispered stability and warmth. Inside, the air smelled of scented vanilla, candles, and freshly brewed coffee. A familiar comfort family pictures lined the walls, chronically years of what I thought was happiness. In the center of the living room, our daughter, Shamar, lay sprawled on the plush carpet, sketching one of her wild little drawings, something with princesses, dragons, and warriors. And then there was Emily, my wife. She sat, curled on the couch, her legs tucked beneath her, scrolling through her phone. I had memorized the soft curve of her face, the way she twisted a strand of hair when she was deep in thought. She was beautiful. Familiar. Mine. Or so I thought. Lately, something was off. It started small, missed calls, secretive texts, late-night whispers in the hallway. She would flinch when I reached for her phone, clutching it a little too tightly. And then, there were the errands, the sudden need to be out of the house for hours, without explanation. But I pushed those thoughts aside. Paranoia was a poison, refused to drink it, until the night I overheard her. It was past midnight. I had woken up thirsty, the kind of dry mouth thirst that refused to be ignored. As I padded downstairs for a drink, I heard Emily's voice, a hushed, urgent whisper, carrying from the kitchen. I stopped at the top of the stairs. She doesn't look like him at all. A voice laughed. It was her friend Lisa. Emily exhaled sharply. That's because he's not her father. The air left my lungs. I gripped the wooden railing, my knuckles turning white. My mind refused to process it, refused to turn those words into reality. But they were real. They were a knife, sharp and deep, slicing through everything I thought I knew. Lisa let out a low whistle. Damn. He really has no idea. Emily chuckled, a sound that curdled my blood. Not a clue. And I don't plan on telling him. Why would I? He's the perfect provider, pays for everything, takes care of Emma like she's his. Why ruin a good thing? I felt sick. My body moved on its own, stepping back into the shadows before they could see me. I didn't make a sound. I just retreated like a ghost, back into the darkness of the house. Back into the lie. I barely slept that night. My mind raced a whirlwind of rage, betrayal, and cold, calculated thought. If she had no plans to tell me the truth, then I would make her, but it wouldn't be with an argument. Not with accusations or pleas. No, that wasn't justice. That was weakness. I would expose her. I would set a trap so perfect, so undeniable, that when the truth finally came out, it would leave her in ruins. Step 1, DNA test. I would get one quietly without her knowing. Step 2, document everything. I started pulling phone records, tracking her late-night errands, gathering every shred of evidence. Step 3, the reveal. And it wouldn't just be between us. No, I wanted an audience. I wanted the people who saw us as the perfect couple, the ones who believed in her lies, to witness her fall. So, I waited. I planned, and I set the perfect stage. 1 month later, Emily had planned a big dinner with family and friends, a celebration for Emma's birthday. The house was filled with laughter, warm lights, and the scent of roasting meat. Emily played the doting wife, the perfect mother, moving effortlessly between conversations, pouring drinks, flashing that practiced smile. She had no idea what was coming. Halfway through dinner, I stood tapping my glass. The room quieted. All eyes turned to me. I want to take a moment, I said, my voice steady, to celebrate something important. Emily's smile faltered just slightly. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a neatly folded document. This, I continued, unfolding it slowly, deliberately, is a DNA test. A ripple of murmurs swept through the room. Emily's face paled. I turned toward Emma, my daughter, my world. Sweetheart, whatever happens tonight, I need you to remember this. I love you, you are my daughter. No matter what. Emily shot to her feet. David. I raised a hand, silencing her. Then, I turned back to the crowd. This test confirms something shocking. I let the tension stretch, let it dig into her like claws. Emma is not biologically mine. Gasps filled the room. Lisa nearly dropped her wineglass. Emily stood frozen, her mouth opening and closing, scrambling for words. Emily, I said, turning to her, my voice as cold as steel. Would you like to explain? Her hands shook. I didn't let her finish. Instead, I reached for my phone and hit play. And there it was. Her own voice spilling her sins into the silent room. That's because he's not her father. The words echoed, bouncing off the walls, slicing through the air. The room fell into stunned silence. Emily's legs gave out and she dropped into her chair, her face contorted with horror. I watched impassive. This was justice. Emily tried to talk her way out of it. She begged. She cried. But it was too late. I filed for divorce the next morning. She lost everything. The house. The car. The life she had built on my devotion and the man she had been cheating with. He ran. He wanted nothing to do with her. After the truth came out, but the real victory. Emma. When the dust settled, I fought for sole custody. I presented every bit of evidence. Emily's lies, her deceit, her betrayal. The judge saw through her facade. And in the end, Emma stayed with me. Emily. She was left with nothing. No home. No lover. No family. Just the shattered pieces of the life she had destroyed with her own hands. And as I walked out of that courtroom, Emma's small hand in mine, I realized something. Some betrayals don't break us. They build us into something stronger. If you think justice was served like this video, and if you've ever been betrayed, share your story in the comments. Let's talk about revenge.